Okay, so we are creating this kind of placket right now. First, we are going to put a cut line here. And normally from inseam, it's 2 or 2 1/4. Here, we put a 2 1/4 away and created a cut line. This cut line length is going to be same as inside length. Inside. So this in case is 4 1/4 and we mark 4 1/4. This is called ducktail. So this, well, let's mark this seam line now. Seam line is going to be 3/8 away like this and 3/8 away like this.
On either side of the line?
Both lines, yeah.
Okay.
So now first thing I'm going to do is create the pattern piece of this one. This pattern piece. So this has a clean finish. Okay, let's create this placket. So this placket has 3/8 seam allowance, 3/8 fold line, another 3/8 and another 3/8, which made 3/8 times 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1.5 inches wide. So let's create this 1.5 inches wide. When I fold it, you'll see. Watch, you go like this, past this 3/8. That's your heart. Now when you sew here 3/8, then you fold the back, fold the back, fold the back, and you clean this. It's in the video how you sew this. You just clean this part. So agreed.
Each of these lines is 3/8?
Yeah, so
3/8,
this
3/8,
is 3/8.
okay.
So the total panel is 1.5 inches. Okay, so this is the inside binding. We call this binding, okay? So now let's create, guys, make sure it's here. This is the inside. Inside binding is here. Okay, so now we're gonna create outside placket. Outside placket is this one. Always good to see a finished garment.
What's the first one called?
Inside placket. You can do this on bias or straight, doesn't matter. Now outside. So for the outside placket, as you see, it overlaps about 1/2 inch or overlaps here. Okay, so this placket is we can do 7/8 or 1 inch. Now let's create the placket. So for the placket seam is gonna be here. So I'm gonna lay down on top of this, and then I'm gonna take this one and copy this, right? And this is where it meets up with the inside part. And then I'll figure out how high I want. I can do a straight or pointy. This has a point. So let's do straight for now, like about 3/4. Okay, so the width, let's do a 7/8. Here, perfect. Now this is interesting part. So as you see, this placket have a nice fold like this, and then turns back again. So I'm gonna create the seam allowances. This seam allowance here is 3/8 here. Then there's a fold line, and then there's a 7/8 fold here.
It's 3/8 then.
Yeah. So now when it folds here, there's this part right here that we need to cut out, and I'll teach you all about this in the sewing. You'll see this in the video. Right here, it's like 3/8. So, and then for here to here is 3/8. Here, And then here it needs a seam allowance, another 3/8 here. And check this out. So I'm gonna go cut this, cut here.
Oh, I see. So we're just making a seam allowance for
Cut here
the little box.
and cut here. Okay, so let's cut here and do the length correctly. And the sewing is what's a little tricky. And the sewing is, if you can figure out from the video, and everybody wants this, I can demonstrate this. So sewing is, you turn this like here. You turn this here like this, and like this, and like this. So, and the length is gonna be here. So this is how this part looks, okay? And this is, so this is the outside. So put notches, you know where to fold this here and where to fold this here. And watch my video for the sewing. Now how do we adjust this to our cuff? Next, you are going to draw the cuff to the measurements that you want. So we decided that we want cuff that is 3-inch height. This is 3-inch. So if you have a cuff 3-inch height, you gotta calculate the length of your sleeve accordingly so that the length is desired. If this is too long, you can shorten here. You do it on your own, okay? I'm just showing you this because based on the cuff height, the length is gonna have to be adjusted. Now, as you see how this is sewn. This is sewn here and includes here, okay? And then the overlap, you have to deduct, and that's your finished measurements. So how much overlap we have here on this? So on this one, as I see, from the button, not from where it's supposed to be straight. Okay, let's see this one. All of them are slightly done differently. This has a different overlap. Just figure out what is our overlap. So let's do 1-inch overlap, okay? And for 1-inch overlap, I'll teach you how to do buttons and buttonholes. So, Lasha, you wanted yours to be curved here, right? We can curve this?
Yeah.
You like the curve, so there's a names for it. There's all sorts of cuff shapes. You can Google, you go to the shirt company website and they're gonna show you lots of different cuffs. Some shirt companies do like, you pick your own cuff and stuff like this, right? Okay, so we're gonna do this curved cuff, whatever it's called. And there's also cuffs like this, straight, all sorts of stuff. And all I need is the overlap. So if this one is the outer, and we have a buttons, as you see, button need to be placed about 3/8 from the edge or 1/2 inch from the edge. So let's do 3/8 from the edge. And we're gonna put 2 buttons. First button gotta be closer to here, like about 3/4 below top edge. That's how I like it to stabilize this closure. And the second button can be, in this our case, we can do inch below or 1.25 below. Let's do inch below, small buttons. Okay, so here is the, now button supposed to be 1/8 bigger than the buttonhole. So if you're using these small buttons, so you're gonna create this like this. So this is your buttonholes. Now, if I want 1-inch overlap, this is how I'm gonna do it. For 1-inch overlap, I'll overlap 1 inch. Check this out. So I'm gonna overlap that 1 inch. Here is my overlap, right? 1 inch. And then I'll place button in, okay. Here where the button goes here. See what I mean? That's where button goes, 1/8 away from the buttonhole. And that will stabilize my overlap to be perfectly 1 inch, okay? Here you go, and I'm gonna take the button marker. Okay, so you're gonna use this to sew your buttonholes. Good? Now I need this to finalize this pleat and everything, right? So this goes here, this is here, like this to this placket, ta-da, here, right, this, and then from here, I see that I have, you know, plenty of fabric. So this is where my placket is, right? So then I'm gonna come back here and see how much do I need from here to here. So, you know, I just want to see how much extra I have compared to this. Right. That's simple. So placket was 7/8. Here, 7/8 is the placket. Dum, 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 dum. Here, right? 9 3/8. 9 3/8 plus to this place. So I have 11 5/8 this. This is 11 5/8, but this one is 10 and whatever, 10 1/4. Now 11 5/8 minus 10 1/4, how much pleat it gives me? Perfect. 1 1/8 pleat. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna place this one beautiful pleat that can help my elbow movements close to the back here. See, the technique is so easy. 1 7/8 away. Let's do that. Or here's another pleat. They have 2 pleats. I think one, based on the depth, 1 pleat is enough for us. If we want 2 pleats, you have to increase this. There's no room. So here is 1 3/4 away. So I'm just gonna place the pleat from here about, let's do 2 inch away. Like this is a pleat, okay? And then I'm gonna make 1 3/8 open pleat, which is here. This is so good. 1 3/8 open pleat is here. And make sure that you do a pleat, you go up like this, because pleat actually have to open at the elbow. Right. You know, so like this, and it's not a dart, it's a pleat, but I still like to give a nice shape. And then I'm gonna fix this shape to make sure that it's kind of a, you know, closes correctly. I know it's long enough, so I can do this. That's nice, right? Front goes up and back comes down. And the side seams matches. See, back have to come down 1/4. When you drop the pattern, you make it this high, like so that it kind of opens in the right place. And just do like this, and so that this is captured inside. And that's it.